Hey everyone, welcome to Data Millennials. I'm Atul and in this video we are going to discuss about the comparison operators in Python. This comparison operator is also known as relational operators. So in Python, the comparison operator compares the values of two or more than two operands or variables and return a true or false as a Boolean value based on your comparison. So in simple word, we can say that the Python comparison operator compare the values on either side of them and decides the relation among them. So the comparison operator or the relational operators are used for comparing the values and it will always return true or false based on the condition that were given in the code. So over here we have six different comparison operator. The first operator is equal to. So if the value of two operand is equal, then the condition will become true. The second operator is not equal to, and if the value of two operands are not equal, then the condition will become true. Then the third operator is less than or equal to. This condition is met if the first operand is smaller or equal to the second operand. Fourth is greater than equal to. The condition is met if the first operand is greater than or equal to second operand. The second last comparison operator is greater than if the first variable or operand is greater than the second variable or operand, then the condition will become true. The last one is less than, and if the first variable or operand is less than the second variable or operand, then the condition becomes true. So let's take an example and understand each of these comparison operator by writing a simple code. Okay, so let's take an example that we have two different variables saying that my skill as well as one of my friend skill. Okay, so let's say I'm going to create a new variable saying that your skill ranking equal to 5 out of 10. Okay, and the next variable that we have is friend friend skill ranking, which is 7. Okay, now to get the output or to actually see how these operands work, let's use a very simple if and else clause. You don't need to worry about what is if and else. It's basically used to check the condition. In our next videos we are going to discuss about the decision making in programming. Within that chapter or within that topic we would be discussing about if and else in more detail, but for this video just understand that there is an if and else condition within our Python which helps us to evaluate the conditions. Okay, so the simple syntax for if and else is you put if and then gives a condition. If that condition fulfills, then you print something. Okay, and if that condition doesn't fulfill, then you go to else condition and then you print something. Okay, so for us the condition would be saying that if your skill underscore ranking is greater than, or let's say first let's check the equal to. Okay, so your skill ranking is equal to your friend skill rating or ranking, then print that both me and my friend skill ranking is same. Okay, now in case if it is not, then what you need to do, you need to print that both me and my friend skill ranking is not same. Okay, so over here what we are doing is that we are basically checking whether this value or this variable your skill ranking contains the same value as of friend skill ranking. Okay, so let's run this. Before running it, let me remove the extra print that has been over here. Okay, okay, so let's run this. Over here in our output we can see that it's saying both me and my friend skill ranking is not same, and that is happening because your skill is 5 and your friend's skill is 7. So obviously this returns false, and the moment it returns false, it goes to the else part and print this statement. Okay, let's test our next relational operator or comparison operator, which is not equal to. Okay, so I'm just going to use the same thing, saying that if your friend your skill is not equal to, and for not equal to we are going to put the symbol not equal to friend skill, you will simply say the first thing is that my friend skill is not, both me and my friend skills rating is not same. But in case if it is same, we are going to say both me and my friend skill ranking is same. Okay, so let's run this. Okay, so in our output we are getting this both me and my friend skill ranking is not same, and you can see over here this is my first condition in the if, saying that if it is not equal then print this out, and if it is equal then print this out. Okay, let's test our third comparison operator by copying this, and the third comparison operator is less than equal to. Okay, so what I'm going to say is that if your skill is less than equal to your friend skill, you will simply say that my skill is less than my friend's skill. Okay, and if it is not, let's say that my skill or your skill is greater than your friend skill, then you will say that my skill is greater than my friend's skill, right? So let me remove this print statement and put the appropriate statement over here, saying that my skill is greater than my friend's skill. Okay, so let's run it. Based on our understanding before running it, let's assume that over here we had given your skill ranking as 5, your friend skill ranking as 7. So when this condition will be checking over here, Python will be checking this condition, it will feel or it will find that your skill is obviously less than your friend skill. Okay, so this else part will not get executed, and this part will get executed, and you will get this print saying that my skill is less than my friend skill. Okay, so let's run it, and as we can see over here, the print statement says that my skill is less than my friend skill. Okay, let's take the next comparison operator, which is greater than or equal to. Okay, so I'm just gonna put the same statement over here again. In this I'm just going to change this operator, saying that your skill is greater than equal to your friend skill, then you will say that my skill is greater than my friend's skill. In the else part we are going to say my skill is less than my friend's skill. So let's run it. The moment this program runs, it will check, saying that your skill ranking is 5 and whether 5 is greater than equal to your friend's skill, which is 7, right? So let's take this part, okay, and put it into the next cell, saying that 5 greater than equal to 7. And if we run it, we'll see that it's false. So that's why it says my skill is less than my friend's skill. Okay, let's move to the next operator, which is greater than. Okay, so in this we just have to remove this equal to sign. Okay, it says if your skill is greater than your friend's skill, then you will print that my skill is greater than my friend skill, else my skill is less than my friend skill. And if we test it out, is 5 greater than 7? If we run it, we'll see that it says false. So obviously this part of the program will run, and in our output we'll have my skill is less than my friend skill. Okay, so let's run it, and this is what output we are getting: my skill is less than my friend skill. Okay, the last operator that we have in comparison operator is less than. Okay, so let's test it out also. So we are going to say if your skill is less than your friend's skill, then you are going to print my skill is less than my friend skill, and if that is not the case, you are going to print my skill is greater than my friend skill. Okay, let's check it out. Is 5 less than 7? If we run this, we get true. So yes, 5 is less than 7. So obviously this first print statement in the if condition will run, and in our output we'll get my skill is less than my friend skill. Okay, so let's run it, and we can see that we are getting this output: my skill is less than my friend's skill. So if we talk about very simple comparison with all of these, right? So we have used over here if and else clause, but just to make you understand with the numbers, let's take 5 and 7 again, or let's take 10 and 20. Okay, what we are going to do is that we are going to say the first comparison operator that we have is equal. Okay, so we are saying is 10 equal to 20? So it's obviously not, so our output would be false, so we are getting false. Let's move to next, again to the next operator, which is not equal to. So we are saying is 10 not equal to 20? For this we should get true. Okay, so let me comment it out, let's run it, and we are getting true. Obviously 10 is not equal to 20. So the next operator, third operator that we have is less than or equal to. So we are saying is 10 less than equal to 20? Obviously 10 is less than equal to 20, so we would get true. So let's run it. Yes, 10 is less than equal to 20, right? So let's move to the next part, which is greater than equal to. So we are going to check is 10 greater than equal to 20? So obviously 10 is not greater than equal to 20, so we'll get false as an output. So that's why we are getting false. Okay, the second last operator in comparison operator is greater than, right? So we are saying 10 is greater than 20. Let's print it out. Obviously it's not. What if we are giving 10 over here? In that case, what will happen? So if we run this, we are going to get false over here. And if we had used greater than equal to, we would have got true over here, because yes, 10 is greater than or equal to 10. So it's checking greater as well as equal to. So in our previous case, when we had given 10 greater than 10, this means that whether 10 is greater than 10 or not, it's not checking the equality, it's checking whether this left side value is greater than this right side value or not, and that's why we were getting false. Okay, and the last part that we have, or the last comparison operator that we have, is less than. So let's say 10 is less than 20. Obviously it's true, 10 is less than 20, so if we run it, we are getting true. But what if we are putting over 20 over here? In that case, you should get false. So let's run it, we are getting false, and the reason behind it is because 20 is not less than 20, 20 is equal to 20, it's not less than. So this sign is less than. If we have given less than equal to 20 and run it, then we would obviously get true. So this is a simple example of the comparison operator, and this comparison operator helps you to compare the variables and give you the output in Boolean, whether it's true or false. Happy learning, and see you in the next video.